All right. Call to order at 6:33, Cecil Parks and Recreation Board meeting for Thursday, August 1st, 2024. In attendance, board members are and staff, Barb Russman, Heather Manda, Jason Wheeler. And absent is Nicole Lewis and Wendy Johnson. Town Representative Jack King. Guest, I can't remember, are you considered a guest or what are you now?
No, she's part of the fabric.
Okay,
We're just gonna put Cindy Stevens on
okay.
Cindy.
Sorry, I was going to call you by name, but I honestly forgot. I'm terrible with names, so I apologize.
there. Cindy.
Oh, Sandy.
You say it 3 times, you'll remember. Just kidding.
All right, public comments. There's nobody in attendance. All right, agenda, July meetings submitted for board approval. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. Financial status, Mr. King.
What I have in front of you is the current spreadsheet. Just want to break it down for you so you can take a look at it. That Gateway will be giving us a donation. How much, I don't know right now. Last year was $4,000, so I'm anticipating at least $4,000 this year. I've already added that in. As you can see in Fall Festival.
Yeah, it has already line item.
Thought I turned that on. So let me minimize a little bit so we can get it. I do want to call your attention to Cassiola Swin Twist. We did get $500 yesterday from them, yesterday, today, which was very generous. And then we have $16,095 in application fees. We have a couple more to process. So, pretty much wrapping that up unless we get a couple more donations. That's pretty much what we're going to be working with. I do want to call your attention to the expenses. I have everything listed that is either scheduled to be paid or has been paid thus far. Couple things I don't know. Behringer's, I put in 2,500, and that's when we get to that point. When we get to that point, I'm gonna break down how we're gonna set up the parks so that you'll see we're gonna save, have some savings on that. You'll notice that the next is there: Black Dog Hollow, Rough Creek, Garrett Titano Band, Timothy Earl Band. I may be adding one more in there. I also have Gary's Sound. Last year he charged us $2,000. I anticipate it's going to be the same amount. Always Safe is going to be donating 1,400 pumpkins, so there's no out of pocket for us on that.
How many did we get last year? Didn't we get 2,000 pumpkins, Jack?
Yeah, we got 1,400.
1,400?
Yeah. And here's the year before we learned a lesson because we went through so many
Yeah.
on the first day. So then I go back to the source after they had provided 1,400, and I said, "Oh, I only wanted 1,200." I said, "Oh," I called them back and said, "Can I get those 200?" They said, "No, we sold them already." I mean, just a couple days. So Bill called me about 2 or 3 weeks ago. He said, "How many do you want this year?" I said, "Let's stay with 1,400. I mean, if we run out Sunday, then so be it."
Yeah.
You guys can decide if you want to charge, something just for the pumpkin or whatever. That's going to be up to you guys. But we do have 1,400. They're being donated by Always Safe.
I guess,
Might be a good place for the donation box.
well,
Yeah, we definitely should have the donation thing down there.
something there. Well, my thing is, if we do charge even $1 for a pumpkin, maybe it will eliminate some of the people that are taking 6, 7, 8 of them. Unless it might not, because we don't have enough manpower to watch people, but, you walk by and see someone in the stroller packing 8 pumpkins
And those are the
and
ones
one kid, it's like, come on now, really?
those are the ones you can see.
Yeah.
When they hide them underneath something, how many are walking out of there.
Yeah.
And I think there were a good number that left indiscreetly last year.
Oh, yeah.
Just disappeared. So that's something to think about. Unless there's another form of control we can put on it, I'm hesitant to say let's just put a couple kids over there to monitor. I think it needs to be more adult supervision, somebody who's gonna say no.
Yeah.
You can't do
And I worry about even a donation box unless it's like nailed down somewhere. That might walk off.
Let me talk to Bill, see what he can come up with, if he has anything that we
You
can.
know, like, I'm sure you've seen them, like the actual metal, have a little lock on them.
Yeah, what I'm looking at is something we can maybe tie or chain to the post, that type of thing. It just says donations on it.
Yeah, if you just put a plastic container, that thing's gonna walk off
Yeah.
Or blow away.
or blow away. Yeah. So who are you looking to add for entertainment, Jack?
Josie Salvati, she finally surfaced. It's going to be an hour. Right now I'm working on Sunday with Titano and Timothy Earl. Timothy Earl needs an hour to set up. Josie, I was only going to put up there for about an hour and a half solo, because she can come with a band or she can come solo. And talk to Michaela, her mother, and I said, I strongly recommend just her. I said, I can't give her a full 2 hours because of the nature of, the festival. I said, but it's gonna be good press for her. And she was all for that, and it was open. So I'm trying to slide her in. Once we get to that tentative schedule, you'll see where I have her kind of written in. We're gonna make this thing work.
Yeah, she's really good.
I think she's been to Nashville a couple times already. She's on Froggy Radio quite a bit. She's 14 years old.
I saw her at South Point. I didn't see her. I could hear her when we're at that thing running. I go, hey, that music's really good. I went around the corner, and there's this the cowboy hat on. Like, wait, all that voice is coming out of her. She's amazing. Yeah,
From?
no, she's good.
Washington.
Washington, right?
Okay.
Yeah, they're Johnny and Michaela. Now, his brother Ron, and his sister live up off of Pap Road. They live at the intersection of Klinger and Pap Road on either side, and those are like two very nice houses.
Oh, yeah, I know exactly.
So anyway, I've known the family for a long time. Didn't know anything about Josie till about 6 months ago.
I thought Ron's the eye doctor, right?
Ron Senior is
Okay.
The ophthalmologist?
the
Yeah.
ophthalmologist, and the
He
daughter.
retired. His daughter runs it now.
The daughter is the other doctor. Ron, who knows what he does? I don't know. I think he's a salesman, and John, pretty much the same, but I knew Ron was in my class. John was like 2 years behind me, but I was closer to Ron than I was, or John than I was to Ron. So I'll seal that probably this week to be able to put that. I really kind of want to get that out there, the list of entertainment. So that's, other than that, we may be adding, if you want to add,
We were talking about maybe filling in that hour with that educational animal with the the alligator, the hawk, the whole thing like that they can get up on stage, and while Earl was like setting up, potentially we could have them do like a educational thing for the kids. Remember we were talking
Like
about
in
that?
front of the stage?
Nicole working on that, or was
Nicole, that's the one
was she her
Nicole found out
connection?
from
Yeah,
my mom
okay.
group. But they have like 8 different animals I think they went over with us, and it's kind of a cool, if we're looking for something to fill an hour,
Different.
with all the kids.
it's real different. So I think it's a good different,
Yeah.
if we were to do something
Yeah.
like that.
I'm surprised Timothy Earl needs an hour when the sound's already here.
Well, here's what, I've been back and forth with Matt, and Matt's their setup. Talked to Gary. Gary said, sound for them, they can do in a half an hour. All right. What I want to do is I want to put Josie up a little bit closer so TEB can sit up in the back, and that's okay with them. I'm going to let them come in, actually come around the back so that they have all the equipment right there. The sound check itself shouldn't take that long. What I worked out with Gary is that we're going to have a separate sound system for Josie. So she's going to do just her set while they're setting up, and then she's going to get off, and then it'll be TEB from 2 to 4. What I'm going to do probably is this. I'm going to push Rough Creek. Take a look at the itinerary, the tentative itinerary I have there. Yeah, it's Rough Creek. I'm going to push them from 4:30 to 6:30. There's nothing cast in stone that everybody has to be out of here at 6 o'clock. All right. So if they play through till 6:30, I'll see if they can. So they'll be from 4:30 to 6:30. That'll give me the window to allow TEB to tear down and then possibly set up. All right. The only other thing is if we start TEB at, say, 1:45 and cut them off at 3:45, that'll allow 45 minutes in there. Gary's a little concerned about the tear down and setup, since everybody's gonna have their own equipment and that type of thing. So I'm working on that. I'm just trying to put a little more flexibility in there, so. I can see the wheels turn. Jason, what are you thinking?
No, so we still have a 1 hour spot from 12:45 to 1:45 on Saturday, huh?
On Saturday, and that's where we're thinking about putting this,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
We're just trying to think of like something.
I think kids would
I didn't
love
come up
that.
with a better idea, but I think it'd be a great draw.
Kids would
will
love
love it.
Kids
I think,
would
what it, five something, 585 for
Oh,
them?
yeah, I mean, it's not
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
I mean, especially if, like I said, if Gateway, does what I think they're gonna do, it's, we're not gonna be hurting in any
And
way.
there shouldn't be any music to spook the animals or anything.
Yeah, if you wanna, opening ceremonies 11:15, it never usually goes past 15 minutes. Lori Allen, who has, through Heather, has said 11:15 to noon. Master Nom, noon to 12:30. He said he goes maximum 20 minutes. So there's some wiggle room there. So then I said, well, 12:45 to 1:45, and that's where they could come in, set up, do whatever they do. And you said how long that show's going to be?
It's like an hour, I thought she
Yeah.
said.
About an hour. And then, but I mean, we've got to build in flexibility to this, because I understand everybody sets up differently, takes a little bit longer and that type of thing. But it always works out. So what you'll notice in this spreadsheet, I added some flexibility from a finance standpoint of view. We're doing fine with Fall Festival. Any excess funds I've moved over to be used for that. I don't know, like I said, I don't know what Behringer's is going to charge us yet, and I think there's one other that's, I don't know what, all I can do is go, yeah, we're 1,400 there, Timothy Earl's 1,425. We said we weren't doing Dragonfly, right, this year? I don't believe so. I don't believe we're doing Dragonfly,
Yeah,
but
I think
the category's open. I thought they said they weren't coming back, or they couldn't come back, or they ceased
Well,
to
what
exist.
the heck was that? No, it was,
Balloon guy, wasn't it? Some kind of
No,
balloon
we
guy.
had Princess, what do you call it?
no, there's somebody that, remember, what event was it? Was it last fall? Oh, yeah, we'll be there, then they came late.
Yeah, they came from New Kensington.
Yeah.
And then I guess Stephanie set up where they'd come in, pick up the check.
That was Dragonfly, right? Or was
Yeah.
that Mike the Balloon guy?
Yeah, that wasn't
that's
Mike
what I was
Balloon.
thinking.
I talked to them twice this week.
Okay.
That's another thing. So once we wrap this up, I want to talk, but that's going to be Fall Festival stuff. So pretty much is self-explanatory. You can see, the funds that we were taking in. Again, I'm waiting for Gateway to see what they bring, and then you'll see what, when it's all said and done, we'll see what the Chinese auction brings in for us. So, all right.
Okay. All right, moving along here. Community Day recap here. So, cornhole competition, I guess, how do we feel that it was received?
We didn't see it, we were at the other end.
I didn't honestly see it either. I was down with the,
Didn't have very many contestants, like, I thought we'd have more.
I'm
Yeah, I wasn't here, so can't give it in.
I know that there was a complaint about regulation size
cornhole boards?
cornhole boards. I'm going to work with Cindy, and we're going to get another set of regulation ones for next year. So we'll have at least 2 sets. There's 2 in a bag.
Was one of our, I guess one of the sets we had wasn't?
I don't know where these other ones came from. I mean, they were smaller, and there were some people that voiced their opposition to it, and it's like, I mean, when Stephanie did it, she had her own set, and we used the other 2. So I'm going to get two more just like that.
Yeah.
So that we have,
Oh, the funny, you know, like you got your people that take it serious, they take it serious.
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, this
Distance, everything, they get ramped up about it.
this family happened to take it very seriously. So, we heard about the lack of regulation or size and that type of thing. So, we won't let that happen again.
I guess they didn't win.
Great.
Kids' games, game area, water area. I really can't speak to the kids' game. I was literally stuck in the water area.
Nobody
all
signed
day.
up ahead of time, that was one thing, so I was just getting kids to come, you know, just like recruiting them as I was there. Like doing the online sign up wasn't, I mean, nobody signed up online ahead of time, so I don't know. But then we did get people to participate and there were prizes, so, and I gave everybody a prize, so.
Yep.
We didn't have that many.
Yeah, I mean, I know even Lincoln, he went over and started playing with the one that I had. I was gonna leave it for the park. He's like, Daddy, you bring that home. Okay.
We're playing with all that
But
stuff.
I mean, yeah,
that
he
got
was,
let
I mean,
out.
they was playing with it, I saw.
They were. Then we had the organized games that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say the bounce houses were a success. The dunk tank, once the one father got in and took a dunk, it was like nonstop. And
Yeah.
Yep.
they just kept going. The one thing I will say that was hard to keep track of initially, was the release forms.
Okay.
Like, you know, you're tracking people down as somebody's signing, somebody's jumping on, like that was really tough
Okay.
to try to make sure you covered everybody.
Yeah.
So it was to the point where if the parent was there, I let them go. I'm like, you're cool? Okay, they went. Because you literally couldn't keep track of,
You can give them a wristband when they do the paperwork that, I don't
well, it's not even that, just them filling the thing out.
oh, physically doing it.
Yeah, it was just, it was getting really cumbersome to try to keep track of who was who and who gave you what, and,
Yeah.
but I,
Any suggestions for fixing that?
Is there a way maybe we could do like a board or something and just have one release there and then a parent would just come by and sign it or something? Just have, we had the reforms on the picnic tables, which was nowhere near the dunk tanks, so.
well,
we weren't messed up too unless you moved them.
I ended up taking them over to the dunk
Okay.
tank, because I got tired of running back, because they started, I mean, there was a line.
Maybe set a table up next to it so the parent can just be right there and be like, hey, just go sign a form.
Yeah, maybe just have like
That might just help.
just have a clipboard so it doesn't blow away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe it's also the communication aspect of letting them know why it's so important that they fill that form out, you know?
Oh,
You know, and yeah, I know it got to be like herding cats over there with, you know, once it started taking off.
I mean, it wasn't like it was, you know,
I had two
crazy
little
where I was
kids.
like pulling my hair out. It was just trying to keep track of who you contacted already. You know what I mean? Because they're lining up, and you're like, here, fill this out, fill this out. You know, I don't know if I got them all back. If I did,
Yeah.
I mean, that's what was just.
Well, yeah, I know everybody had a good time, but those release forms protect us.
Oh, I know. Because I had a couple parents ask me, I was like, no. I said, the thing is, you know, something happens, we get sued.
Yeah.
Can we do it at registration? Would they come to register?
Well,
then?
see, that's the thing, isn't it like yeah, I mean,
Give them a wristband. That
Yeah,
means
give
that
'em a
that means they've
wristband.
been cleared by the tent, that they're okay to dunk, whatever.
Give them a wristband once they fill it out, then
And if
you
they
know.
don't, you get over there and do it when you say, sorry, you have to fill it up at the registration table. You know what I mean? The ones that.
Could do that.
so you're saying have them fill it out whether they do it or not?
Well, I mean, if they're interested in doing it, when they're registering at the table up front,
Yeah.
they can do it right there and get a band, that means they're good to go. But if they don't have a band, they'll have to go back over and,
Okay.
I don't know.
No, that's not a bad idea.
That's an idea. Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of wristbands.
That way
which
you're not fumbling
they're-
around, you're just going, okay, you're clear, go ahead, you know what I mean, get in.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like $10 for 1,000 of them. I mean, it's not good. It's not like, you know,
Get those paper ones, you know,
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah. Okay. Whoever's taking minutes, that's a good addition because, I mean, at the end of the day, we got to protect the township and we got to protect you guys, you know?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Well, you had said that you thought, or Wendy thought that the first guy that jumped it was like the mayor of McDonald,
Oh,
maybe?
Coop.
I mean,
Friggin'
I think
Coop.
that's awesome. I mean, that's
Yeah.
something that we should.
Was he?
Yeah.
He was the mayor of what?
He's
Hey,
mayor of
McDonald.
McDonald.
I didn't know that.
Dave Cooper. Oh, yeah. He
Did
didn't,
not know.
I didn't see it. I told him about it and he said, oh, I'll be there. But he never came around and told me he was here. So I heard he was here.
That's awesome. I mean,
He wasn't the first guy that went in, was he?
I wasn't here.
He's a
so
big
I'm
guy.
going by Wendy.
He's a
Yeah, it wasn't him. And the first father was, you know, about your height, you know, thin. But he took the initial jump, like, he went in like 3 or 4 times, and then that was it.
good. Good.
So yeah, I'd say the bounce house were a success. The kids loved those. The slip and slide, that was a bust there. We need to get an actual, I guess, for next year, if, probably need to come down a day or whatever it is and clean out the path. Because there was tree limbs, everything laying down where we was trying to put it.
Where'd you put it at?
Well, we didn't even use it.
No, I mean, I got the wrong plastic, so I said that. and
Well,
I'm
yeah,
not
it
sure
wasn't
why.
just that. I mean, the plastic was, it said 4 feet, right? I think 4 feet wide is what it said, but it literally only about this wide.
Yeah.
And it was thin, and there's like, you're trying to move the sticks out of the way. A kid comes down and runs, they're gonna gash themselves with a stick or something. So we need to get an actual like tarp.
Yeah, they'd go flying off of it.
I
It's
think
not
we,
wide enough.
last year we put it along the sidewalk there, like by the bathroom.
That's where we had it, but
where you had it.
we had it coming down a little bit, so they had a little bit of a grade.
There were so many trees
Wendy
in that
actually
area,
found
and all
some
the
really
branches were down. It was
inexpensive
just-
ones on Amazon, like the whole thing. Like, we could just buy one of those, that way we have it.
Yeah, I bought one too, and the thing lasted like one day, and the seams bursted and everything else, so.
I was here at 7, setting up, so, you know, if I missed some branches, I
Oh,
apologize.
no,
but-
it's nothing towards you, Jack.
No, I'm just simply saying, you know the issue we had with the bounce houses, you know, and the water slides and everything, okay? And it just, I mean, you know, I understand everybody, you know, comes in, you know, whenever, but we gotta talk about what it takes to set these things up, okay?
Okay, yeah, the swimming pool, I blew it up and then it popped on your way down, huh? So it didn't make the trip to its final destination.
So that was what, one year we got use out of that?
You got 2 years out of it, didn't you?
Okay.
Yeah, and they were still in that little plastic one.
We had two or three.
Yeah, the
round
kids were
ones.
still in it.
Two
They,
little
they,
plastic ones, two.
I mean, it wasn't missed when it, but I blew it up and from the time they transported it, it just deflated.
Yeah, okay. Well, we threw that away, right? We got rid of
Yes.
that.
I
We're not
believe so,
gonna
yeah.
try to
We did.
repair it or anything like that, okay.
So I guess it leads into any improvements for next year with that. I mean, of course, we got to do something with the slip and slide.
I mean,
The dunk take.
Is a tarp the answer, or do you want the 2 mil thick plastic like we had 2 years ago?
Do you know that, like a thick rubber, almost? It's like, it's not rubber, but it's like, it's almost like 3 or 4 ply. It's pretty durable. You can even get that and put some soap on there and let the kids slide down.
I think it was Dan that bought it or something last year or something, but it was like, it folds and then folds again, and it's like 10 feet wide. It's like that thick, clear plastic, like opaque plastic, but it worked great. I mean, last year.
Yeah, the issue with the stuff that we got this year was, it was almost like a box liner.
Yeah.
It was pretty thin, and it was only about, like I said, that wide. Kid veers off.
Yeah.
Do we know why we weren't able to salvage the one from the year before?
Yeah, Dan took it home.
Oh.
Yeah, I was wondering, I'm like, well, you're in my mind going,
There's your answer.
what do you do with that at the end of the thing? Because he was the one rolling it up, and I remember.
Was it
putting the
his?
thing-
Yeah, he brought it in.
Oh, okay.
He set it up, he took it back.
Okay.
find out where he got it.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
Didn't you paid him for that? Wait, I know something about this. I'm trying to think.
I thought I got the same thing, you know, and it said 2 mil thick, and that's what I wanted. I mean, in high school, we turned the underclassmen's study hall into a swamp with that 2 mil thick stuff. It's fantastic, you know.
Yeah.
Held like, you know, 100 gallons of water, and we put
Yeah.
fish in there and everything. That's what you do in prep school, you know, when you
Professor.
have nothing else to do. Like,
Professor.
anyway, and that's what I thought I got. When you pulled it out, it's like, this is only 3 foot. I thought it was like you expanded
Yeah.
it. You know, that's what I thought. That's what he had last year. All right, so no,
It's
it's my
okay.
fault.
Improvements for next year. That's
Yeah.
definitely, we'll check it out and get that.
I'll look into this rubber stuff, because when you say tarp, I'm thinking something else. I'm thinking like blue or green tarp or
Yeah.
brown tarp. And if it gets too big, you know, it's got a seam on it, and some kid hits that seam, and he's going to get, you know, get burned on it. You know what I mean? So, all right, let's track down the plastic. We'll have plenty of time to
Yeah.
get it. And
Okay.
Gruesome classics.
So, yeah, August 18th, Cruising Classics Car Show.
Just so you know, they've already been down and took their promotional pictures. They brought a few classic cars. It was a Sunday morning about 3 weeks ago, and that's all, being rolled out right now. Let's start with last year. They had 217 cars. They fit into the park. I anticipate more this year. That last year was their biggest event ever, so I think it's going to be even bigger this year. Our sole participation with it is going to be the concession stands.
So I guess that leads us into the donut world.
I saw Billy Ann this morning on her porch. I was thinking about asking her. Has anybody approached her yet?
We talked about it. She's been in on a few other issues. I also have, there's 2 other bakers that we could get involved in this. Now, what are you thinking? Are you thinking donuts? Are you thinking cinnamon rolls? Are you thinking like Orm's type cinnamon rolls? Or what are we thinking about? I just don't want to end up going to Walmart and getting these, prepackaged things and people saying, "Oh, this is,
Why don't we just get Dunkin' Donuts? I don't know, they're like right down the road.
How much is a dozen of Dunkin' now?
I don't know, but they'll give you a deal.
No, I'm just wondering. You have,
We're used to
like
Madsen's $17 a dozen.
$15 a dozen?
they're good though, man.
no,
that's
they
what I was aiming toward.
I know you
Because if
were.
they're pricey,
I know you were.
I'd rather give it to a smaller shop than like Dunkin'.
Well, Nicole has contacts with that donut lady in Cannonsburg. Said she'd give her like a dozen for like $12, $10. I can't remember the number, but I was just gonna like do a bidding war. Let Billy Ann say what she could provide. What you could, and we just, do you want to do all donuts, half muffins, half donuts?
I do donuts and muffins.
I mean,
So she's gonna donate the muffins, or are we paying her?
I have no, I don't know anything about like if we even approach her. That's why I was wondering what. Probably have
Donuts.
to pay for them. Probably have to pay for them.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, Duncan, I don't even know what.
I can't ask her to donate everything. She donates a good bit.
Yeah.
I mean, Duncan would be quick and easy, end of 50, boom, boom, boom. Pick them
Yeah.
up, show up here. But would it, you think the car club would be happy with a Dunkin' Donut versus an Orm's?
Well, Orm's is a challenge.
Yeah.
I mean, the other board, they used to designate one person to drive up there at 6 in the morning to pick them up and, the whole 9 yards.
I'm still trying to decide if I could probably do it. I don't know what.
And they're not open on Sunday, right? Like you have to get
Not
them.
open on, they're only open on Friday, so you have to pick them up Friday, which means they'd sit overnight until Saturday.
That's the issue, because other people I've talked to, like, oh, they're great. I'm like, I've had them.
Not next day.
No, they're wonderful. And
You
actually,
must have to eat them right then, because when
You do.
you get them the next day here, I'm anything but impressed. I thought they were stale. I did not like
Yeah,
them.
they were.
Yeah.
They were,
So, I mean,
because we could not wrap them tight enough to keep them fresh overnight.
yeah, oh, I get it. I'm
I'm
just,
gonna be working in Beaver County that Friday before. Like, if you wanna get them, I'll go get them Friday,
How many do we get?
but
That year I got 120.
they close at like 1 or 2. Like, you have to pre-order big orders, and
Right.
they just now start taking credit cards. Like, it used to be cash, and
Yeah.
They're expensive, aren't they?
They're very expensive, and I mean we paid $1.80 for them. We were selling them for $3. The problem was that last time we got rained out. So I ended up donating them.
to the church. And,
Yeah, and they took them. They took them all, and yet it's just like. Then I approached the car crews. I said, I mean, do you have any type of reimbursement for that? All I heard was crickets, and so
that's where my point is. I wouldn't kill ourselves to do it.
Right.
Right.
Because it could rain again.
yeah,
And then we're stuck with all these freaking cinnamon rolls
right.
eating the cost again. And I
Yeah.
don't think that's fair to us.
I think I put them in the freezer that
Yes,
year.
yeah, you did.
And I can do that again, because I am working, I go to the hospital every Friday morning in Beaver. I can go to Beaver Falls,
It's the
stick them in my
overnight.
freezer.
See, what we did was we took that cellophane, we wrapped them tightly, and the problem is it wasn't
Airtight.
right, and they weren't fresh the next day. Even if you try to microwave them or something like that, and if somebody's going to be paying $3 for a cinnamon roll and a cup of coffee, they kind of want it
Fresh.
yeah, and that's really where this whole thing started unwinding. But back in the day, when the previous board was here, they were open on Saturdays, so somebody would leave at like 5 in the morning to get up there, get them and bring them back,
I
so
didn't know
that they
they
were
were-
ready to go at 7
I didn't know
o'clock.
they were closed on Sunday, or I was thinking about, I said, I'll just go up.
So I mean, I think donuts are fine.
I say this, if you think that forums is that much of a game changer, I would say we wait until the night before or the week of, what the weather forecast
Right,
look like.
true.
Yeah.
If there's a chance at all it's gonna rain, no. You know what I mean? Because then if we get rained out, then we stuck it from all the cinnamon rolls again.
And we don't have to get 10 dozen, we can just get some from Dunkin'. you
I'm
know.
just saying that if it's a no-go, then we just go to Dunkin' or whatever and get donuts. Because those, I mean, you can get those in a heartbeat, Dunkin'. So,
You know, they're not even putting the prices on the website anymore.
If you have to ask, you can't afford them.
But yeah, I mean, you do have to.
Right.
You
They're
do have
cheaper
to
than
pay for them
Panera's.
in advance. You gotta put it on a credit card and pay for them in advance, and then you just go in and, I mean, if you're there by 6, the line's already down the sidewalk.
well, the thing is, too, let me ask you this. Okay, so you pre-order these things, right? How long are they sitting on the shelf at Orms?
No, they make them
They
fresh.
make 'em every
They're
morning.
making them, as you order them, they stack them up to be ready when you get there, so they're making them overnight. So when you roll in there at 6.
Hold on.
They are.
When you're working,
are.
oh, this
So they're
is,
slinging cinnamon rolls at 4 in the morning.
Yes.
this is old fashioned. This is an old
It's like
fashioned
a little
bakery.
mom and pop hole in the wall in Beaver Falls.
Oh, really?
People
Okay,
come,
It is-
people
that's
come in
cool.
line up waiting, I mean, it's,
$1.65 now. Okay, so they were $1.50 when I got them. I thought they said $1.80, but $1.65.
They're like this big. They're
we
huge.
could charge.
Yeah,
They
four-
are.
we
just
charge
when I had
four
them
for
here,
it.
I was
You need insulin with these things.
I was just like, it ain't that good.
Yeah. So, I'm okay with that. I haven't heard they haven't pushed back. Anybody from the car crews has not pushed back and say, why aren't you doing, worms? And so I'm okay with just dropping it. If you just want to do Dunkin' Donuts, that's fine. We'll have coffee and donuts because keep in mind, they're going to start rolling in here about 7 a.m. And, we got to have somebody here, I'll do it, but somebody's got to make the coffee and.
Yeah,
and-
we worked out we were here early. It was
Oh, well,
dark,
that's-
it was dark out still when we got here.
That coffee pot's gonna come in handy in the car cruise.
Yep.
Because those old timers, they start chugging that coffee.
We'll have to make sure that guy remembers to wake up to make the cabbage.
I remember that, that's
Remember that?
right.
All right, so we're
He
gonna
goes,
do-
I was half asleep, I forgot. I'm going, oh my God.
You're talking about Steve Hines.
Yes.
Steve is, he's unwinding his business, so he won't be in the fall festival, he won't be doing anything. So we're gonna go to Country Fixins for, Halushka,
Okay.
so.
The other question we had last year with the cabbage was they said we were putting in too big of containers for what we were selling
Oh,
it
that's
for. So
true.
we need to either buy specific or.
Make it look more proportional.
We wanted like a 10-ounce bowl
We were
rather than
using
a
something
12-ounce
way
bowl
too
or
big
something
for
like
what we
that.
were selling it for.
Didn't we buy?
Those styrofoam, containers are, so I go over on, Route 40 or over that way, I forget, do you know the name of that place over there? Guidance, yeah, they're supposed to have everything, Arlene swears by Guidance,
But over in 84,
yeah.
136.
Yeah, 136, that's it. And I get there and it's like, they only have the big ones or they have the small ones. They don't have the in-between ones, And it's like, so that's how we got so many cups,
Gotcha.
Because it was like, all right, let's just don't fill this as full, the bigger ones. And the smaller ones were just too small, so we went with the bigger ones. But we need 10 ounce, not the 12 or the 8, so. So I'll track those down.
And they have them at GFS too.
Oh, do they?
The sleeves of them, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they have
Okay.
sleeves of them up there, but
That's good to know.
I can look on their website and see what,
So for the menu, we're running full menu, right?
We are gonna run
Hamburgers, hot dogs.
2-size hot dogs, the big ones and the little ones.
Okay.
Hamburgers, nachos and cheese, pretzels, halushka, and because keep in mind, halushka is what sells. I mean Barb disagrees with me, but when it's
But-
good, that cabbage and noodle sells. Down here.
yeah.
I mean, they'll eat it all up, if it's done right, and that's why I'm going to go to Bob Ware's wife's Country Fixins because they do it really well. Now, if we could get Mark Secretti to come in and cook it fresh, oh man, that guy can cook.
I guess.
Who did we have last year, Zooks or?
I'm sorry, for
For the noodles and cabbage.
Scott.
Oh,
Country
yeah,
Club.
Scott.
That was Steve Hines.
Yeah, Steve, I mean.
Yeah, he has the pizza shop down in Bridgeville.
'Cause that was a lot of
They're
noodles.
closing
I don't know, I wasn't as impressed last year.
He's just not doing he's not doing the farmer's market, he's not.
What's that, Big Guys or Big, is that his?
Um,
Off of, what the hell's that road right there?
Of Chartiers.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's one up from.
He just catered that thing at the pavilion. He
Yeah,
catered it.
well, I emailed, I said, so you're not doing anything this year? He said, no, he said, I'm ratcheting down. So he's still gonna have the, restaurant, but he's not doing any more,
Gotcha.
fall festivals or anything like that, so.
I can pick up the country fixins unless they deliver it, but it's just a couple minutes from my house, so.
Yeah, Bob Ware, just so you know, I don't know if you know Bob, he had a hernia rupture when he was heading out to some big, so he's recovering right now. So I'm gonna wait a little while until he's back on his feet, and then I'll run it by him. But I guess that's a staple on their menu. So.
All right, so, old Donna volunteered to help again.
Yeah.
Yep.
I guess arrival time, I probably need to be here probably 6:30 or something, right? At least 6:30?
I mean, if we need a couple people just to open it up and get it going. All right. I've already asked Arlene if she'd come in one more time, and I think honestly this is probably going to be her last year all the way around. And definitely we want her on Fall Festival because
Yeah.
But she said she'd help out, and we'll just have somebody with her to help out with the money. So she'll be here for that. If we open the concession stand at 7 as people are coming in and they want coffee and that type of thing, then, I mean, if somebody can be here at 6:30, I'll be here at 6:30. If somebody else can be here at 6:30, we can get that thing rolling.
Weren't they lined up at the gate?
Yeah.
Way before that.
I know. And that, and I'm not gonna open that gate and let it sit open all night,
right,
you know?
right, yeah.
I mean, they can wait until somebody gets there. I mean, opening that gate at 6:30 is fine, because all they're gonna do is sit in their cars or sit out until everything starts picking up, They have registration from 9 until 1,
Yeah.
So there's cars gonna be flowing in here all day. So not sure why it's so urgent to be here at 7 a.m.,
Yeah.
But they do it.
Well, speaking of vehicles, real quick, back to Fun Fest. If we do Dean's again, bring the smaller truck.
Oh, tell me about it.
Cause that guy, I literally I yelled at him like, he almost took the pole out. He almost took somebody's car out. I was like, quit yelling. So I'm not yelling at you. I said, I don't want you damaging somebody's property.
Yeah.
But they brought that massive truck in here
Yeah, and
to unload what, probably 800 gallons,
but yeah, about
something like that.
500 for the
Yeah.
That I take responsibility. I did not ask for a smaller truck, but
No, yeah.
they didn't say that because every other year they brought the small truck and it went right down. But man, when I saw him make that turn, I thought he was going to roll it. I thought he was going to roll that truck down the hill.
Yeah, I was a big truck to try to come down that sidewalk.
Anyway,
But,
and really that sidewalk's not designed for that kind of truck. So we'll make sure that we ask for a smaller truck from now on.
Okay, so movies in the park, August 24th. So confirm a movie. What are we looking at to do right now for a movie? What's
Somebody
the
said something about if, and I saw a text message that goes back. It's not.
Yeah, I don't know what what that movie is.
Harold and the Purple Crayon,
Yeah.
Wendy was looking into, but I don't think
That
she
just
could
came
get
out
it.
This weekend in theaters.
My
I don't think
sister's
it'll be
already
ready
making
for
the
us.
F hats.
Yeah, but can't we get, with that passed, can't we get
If that's,
stuff that's actually in theaters too?
Yeah, you can.
Is
You
that
can,
who
if
made
it's
that movie?
available.
That
I don't know.
purple
Is that who
crayon
made
thing.
that movie? I don't know who.
I don't know either.
I've never heard of it. I mean, I've heard of it. I didn't know it was being released.
Yeah, I mean, I think we was all,
If you give me a list, I can give you the website, but if you give me a list of what movies you're thinking about, we can see what's available.
yeah.
Who's your pass through, or if we get,
What's
is
that?
that Pixar, or who is your,
Well, Pixar's Disney.
who are we gonna get? This is Cinemark?
Yeah, Cinemark's a movie.
Was that part of our 3-movie package?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Trying to think of the name of the
Yeah, it does come out this weekend, probably
August
tomorrow.
2nd comes out tomorrow.
Could see who.
Yeah, don't they have lead time? I mean, so the theaters can make money on that?
Before they release it to,
See, what we have to do is we have to contact this place out in California who then looks to see who all's showing that movie in a certain area. And then they base the price or the permit, license if you will, on how many people you anticipate coming in. Because I told her last time, 50 people, and what do we have, 75?
Yeah.
And that was fantastic, I mean, so if I say 75, the price goes up. Not a lot, but it goes up. And then it depends on who else has the permit within a certain, mile radius of where we're showing it.
did anyone see on McDonald's Facebook page, they were having their movie night, and they wouldn't announce their movie because of whatever the contractual right was. You had a call to ask what the movie was. I'm like, well, I was waiting for someone in the comments to put it. I kept reading it to see.
We can give them your cell phone.
Yeah, but they wouldn't put the name of the movie in their flyer. They just said movie, concession stand, blah, 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 but due to whatever, they couldn't announce what the movie was.
Interesting.
You had to call the township and ask.
What movie did they ultimately show?
I have no idea. I didn't
You didn't call?
know. I guess I should have. I went that far.
Send me the flyer with the number. I'll
And I think we're all kind of in agreement with the movie If, Jack.
Yeah, our kids loved it.
I mean, I know Lincoln loved it.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Then I'll go after that one then.
Yeah, I would say that one for sure. In the meantime, I
Yeah.
mean,
Wendy had said something yesterday when we were talking about maybe do it, because it was such a big thing of kids like playing the thing and throwing football and hula hoops and frisbee, and you had to go out and, about maybe doing like dinner and a movie, where we open up a little bit earlier and maybe
Yeah, it's on
sell
here.
hot dogs. Oh, is it on there? I didn't
yeah,
see it.
it's on here.
I mean, how many more movie nights are we gonna do this summer? We're only
That's
doing
it.
one, right?
Yeah. But she said it was kind of popular. Everybody was involved in the little pre-game thing, that if we did like hot dogs and stuff like that, people might come a little earlier to set up, play, hot dogs for dinner and then go to the movie. But I don't know. So, I mean,
What time would we be doing like dinner? Because we don't want to have them, do we want them there for 4 hours?
I
Because it
mean,
doesn't get dark till like 9:30.
We're usually there by, but
Well, the thing is, if I'm going to eat dinner, I ain't going for just a hot dog.
yeah, I guess so.
I mean, if I'm thinking dinner in a movie, it's not gonna be
You're right.
a hot dog and
Yeah.
If.
No, I understand. And I know where she's headed to
Right. I get
with it
it
as well. The question is, what's appropriate, and is it better that we start that next year after we've given it more thought? Because I agree with Jason. I mean, I'm, my idea of a fun night out is not a hot dog and sitting in,
Right.
a damn park.
Got little kids, sometimes that's what it is.
Oh, no, I have a little
no,
kid. I don't wanna frickin' do it.
Yeah, because it does. It gets damp down there.
Yeah.
And
I do like
Especially later as the year goes, night times get cooler, it gets damper.
then you can put your sweatshirt on.
That's right, I can rock my sweatshirt.
Right. Are you gonna be here for the movie night?
For movie night?
Yeah.
Yeah, why?
Okay, no, I'm just asking because the setup, that's you.
Yeah, I know, if I die tomorrow, you're all screwed.
Yes.
All right.
All right, so, do you want to just move ahead with a regular movie night for, when is it, the 24th?
24th.
Yeah.
I would say just look into If.
Can Cole reach
Okay.
out to that guy
All
for
right.
popcorn and
I'll
everything?
go after it then.
Yeah, we can ask Nicole to
Yep.
track down the popcorn man.
Worker magic.
Because honestly, if it's as busy as it was last time, even if we had the machine, we couldn't keep up. There's no
Oh,
way.
God, yeah, right. It was
So you guys
perfect.
did the donated popcorn, right?
Yeah.
Was it good?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
It's movie theater popcorn. It was good.
Did you see how much it was huge.
3 of them.
I wasn't here either, but yeah, I saw
They
that.
were-
We went through almost all of it.
And each bag was that big, this big around.
Yeah, we never would have kept up with the machine.
We just filled those little things and put them all in a box, and kids came up with just getting
Yeah.
like that. Took longer to do the glow sticks and, hey, can I go back real quick? I
Hold on,
forgot
pause,
about
hold on. We'll go back to what?
Cruising Classics. And I hate to ask you, because it seems like are you like the flyer lady now?
I guess so, yeah.
Because I'm gonna get like Gianni's some flyers for Cruising Classics if we can.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I forgot to mention it earlier, but I hate asking you, but it seemed like you're the one. that does
I
all
do
of
them,
it.
though. I have no problem
Okay,
doing them. They're-
thanks.
That's a good point, because usually by now, somebody's given us a flyer from there, and I haven't seen one yet.
Someone actually asked me for the times of what, and I'm on the phone going, trying to find
Yeah.
on our website, I'm going,
I don't
It's
have
not on
it.
the sign, right?
Oh, yeah, it's out there.
She said
Because
they
you
came
know
down,
what?
took pictures, I'll go on their site and see if they've posted anything, and I'll try to take what they've posted and put it,
we have to get permission to use any other graphics or anything
No.
like that?
No,
I
they're
can call
fine
and
with
ask
it.
too, but yeah, I can
But
try to
I-
incorporate Cecil Township and whatever they took pictures of, or.
I'd like to be consistent with whatever they're, what they're putting out, but I'm surprised that they haven't sent anything yet. All right, I'll email them and say, I just need a flyer, and I'll give it to you, Heather, as soon as,
Because
Perfect.
Johnny's, you know how good they are about it, but
Oh,
this
yeah.
way, it's the 1st, the 18th, it gives them enough time to get them out, so we're not doing it like 4 days before or anything like that.
now, we're gonna do, what, 500 again, or do you want?
No, I think that's enough, I mean,
I'll try to do something a little less
tape.
black and white so I don't kill all your ink, sorry.
Oh, no, I would say a glue stick. Like a glue,
Stick 'em on the-
she said the heat in the box peels the tape off, but I don't know if it glues.
well, I even talked to her, because I went down to get stuff, and she gave me, here, Jay. I said, I don't want this damn flower, and I ripped it off, messing with her, right? But it was tape, and I said,
Yeah, we've always given her just tape.
well, I was like, how you feel about glue sticks? She said, that'd be much better.
All right.
Because they can just go,
Right, but the heat from the pizza, she said, peels the thing off and it comes off,
Yeah.
that's what.
All right.
But if she told you that,
Sticks over at Dollar General, or Dollar-
like the stuff for the kids,
Yeah.
that would work fine.
yep. Oh my God, okay.
Well, still on movie night, I guess we have Kona Ice coming, huh?
Yeah, these are all Wendy's notes that she kind of added in here. And
We
we
get 10% of the profits, okay?
Yeah,
I mean,
Why?
are we paying them to be here?
I'm not paying them.
Because they usually just will show up for free.
Why, you know what, why would I pay them and then give us 10% of the profits, you know?
I'm with you.
I mean, I don't see us making a killing off this thing, you know?
I've never seen them come for free. So I don't know.
They've come here before for free. It's not their first trip here.
For free?
They were here for Touch a Truck last year, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We pay for them then? I
And
don't,
same thing with mud puddles.
Okay.
She tried to give me $50 and said, here, and I go, what's that for? She goes, for my vendor thing for the day. And I was like, no, we asked you to come. So she was like, oh, really? Oh. Wendy said, should have taken it as a donation, put it in the,
And I guess Nicole is gonna contact Range for glow sticks, huh?
that's cool.
Okay.
Yeah, just tell her to talk to Kylie
Kylie?
Kylie?
Fuller. She's the point person now for Cecil. She needs her number. She can. I'll give it to her.
Okay. All right, Salvation Army Reading Picnic, September 16th. Families are invited to bring their picnic blankets, camping chairs for a free picnic, okay.
That's something Wendy likes to do.
Yeah.
And, just understand whenever somebody rents a pavilion, they only rent the pavilion. They don't rent the yard around it. Ultimately, what Salvation Army's going to do is they're going to park their truck right next to the park, and people are going to use that grass area there. And people show up. It's
Oh, I actually enjoy that one a
Yeah.
lot, but
a lot of
they
people
moved the
enjoy it.
date a week later, so it's kind of, I won't be here.
Okay. And then on to the big one here, Fall Festival
Okay.
updates.
I'm only going to
Vendors?
take up about 10 minutes as I kind of unpack the Fall Festival, but go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, vendors, Arden and Wendy. Mr. Arden?
Right now, we got about between 140 and 150 right now. We have about 10 on wait list, and we have about 10 legacy that Jacques gave them till the end of August to come up with the money to join us. So potentially 160-ish if everybody.
What about like the Princess people? I guess in the past, we gave them a free booth. Do they have to fill out a vendor thing? Because they
No,
told
we
me they're
did the
gonna
same
come,
thing.
they're gonna provide characters, like 2 characters, like Spider-Man, like every hour.
Yep.
And so how does that work? Like, they've told me they're coming. Do I need to have them fill out a form?
I just need to know,
I had Pittsburgh Passion do a form only for,
yeah,
have
more
one.
record keeping than anything else.
Okay, well, they're coming.
Okay. Who else come in, how many?
I mean, I just talked to the guy who did it last year. I got the number from Stephanie,
Okay.
and they were gonna do what they did last year. They said, we gave them a booth, and they brought the characters.
Right.
Right.
So, but where do they go? Like, do they have a slot? Do they,
We'll figure, when we do the whole logistics of it,
do they just have a little like, I never saw their table. I was with the kids, but I didn't see their,
Well, they changed costumes in the concession stand back in the room.
Yeah.
but don't they have like a booth that people came to? Like,
Not that I know of.
I don't see it.
I mean,
oh,
if that's
I
what you
remember
want,
there just
then
being a
we'll
table up
just-
front for your mascots, where they kind of signed in. It was kind of like by the tree right outside the concession.
Hold on, you think the mascots had a table?
well, it's like
They didn't have a table.
the company is called Entertainment or whatever that provides these. So I
Okay.
thought they had a booth that like just the general public would hire them, like for their kids' parties or whatever.
Not that I remember.
Weren't they over by the kid zone? I mean, we'll find a place for them. That's
We have
not a
room over
problem.
at the kids
I mean,
thing, yeah.
I just know that they had a booth in the past and that's
Okay.
what they want to do. So
Okay.
I didn't know if I'm supposed to tell them to fill out a form for a booth.
just, all I need to know is, do they have a tent, or
Right.
do they have a table? Do they need
Okay.
a table?
I can send you an application if you want, even though they're not paying or anything, you know what I mean? They
Right.
can just fill it out and send it back to me or whatever like that.
That would be ideal.
I'll
Just,
send it to you
just,
tonight. so you-
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Vendor mapping. Me, Jack, and Arden. I know usually every year it's pretty much, you get the initial map, whatever you do, drawing it up.
I usually do
I
it
usually
too.
don't have too much input in that, but,
okay, what you have in front of you is last year's, breakdown. So what I'm gonna be doing, and I'm not gonna take a lot of time to explain this whole thing, but what I'm gonna be doing is, you can see, I'm gonna try to use red. All right, this is the, maybe not. Okay. If you look up at the screen, you might be able to see it better. This is the area that we normally put the petting zoo. And so what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna turn this whole section into EMS, fire, et cetera, and then the petting zoo. So it's gonna go right up to the walkway there. So really, basically, I'm gonna be splitting that in half. EMS, fire, so they can get out quickly if they have to, petting zoo, pony rides, et cetera. And I'm gonna start the booths right here on the other side of Pavilion 1. Now, what I'm gonna do with Pavilion 1 is, it's 20 by 30. I'm gonna set up six 10 by 10s inside the pavilion. So we're gonna take all those tables out. Those tables, those picnic tables, are gonna be over here so people can sit, with the food trucks. So they have someplace to sit. So we won't have to rent as many from Behringer's. All right, so I got 22 picnic tables from there. I got 12 from there, and I've got 10 from Pavilion 2. All those are gonna move over to here so that there's a place for everybody to sit. We're gonna start the booths here, and we're gonna come down, we're gonna maximize this space. So I'm gonna have 6 booths in there, or 6 different slots in there, and it's gonna be a 360. People are gonna be facing out all the way around there. Then we're gonna have booths here and here. That's where we're gonna make up for the deficit, because last year we were able to put 135 in there. We're gonna fit 150 in there this year, and that's where we're gonna do it. We're gonna make up the difference here. Still, the petting zoo is gonna have the shade, they're gonna have the water, they're gonna have the space that they need, all right? I'm gonna ask the fire departments not to bring every, truck that they have, that, maybe 1 or 2 so we can fit them in there, all right? Still not sure what's gonna happen here. I haven't heard from,
What?
these guys up on Coleman.
Bedners?
Bednars, I haven't heard from them. That's where they usually go. They didn't come last year, and I haven't heard that they're coming this year, so.
I kind of promised 3 spots that the women used last year. They
Right.
want them back again this
Right
year. Yeah.
Right here or over here?
The three, right along that sidewalk, right there, other
Right
way.
here.
Yeah, right there. Because I even told Melanie that I can't promise you that
Okay.
spot because you didn't come last year and
Yep.
vendors that came wanted them again, so.
Perfect.
But it does look nice coming into the festival with,
Yep.
lined up with pots.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So I don't know, we could,
Okay, we'll play that by ear.
Yep.
Okay, so basically, these are gonna be booths here, there's gonna be activity in here, booths there, and then we're gonna start this whole run of booths so that we can maximize the space. What we're gonna do here is we're gonna have food trucks on the outside. Yeah, this is gonna be the train guy. Last time we had tables here, but we're gonna line these tables up because I'm gonna put another row of food trucks there. So it's gonna be like food truck alley right through there with tables in between. Then I'm gonna put booths on the perimeter, right, and maybe another row of booths there. So we are gonna have enough space for everybody in there.
so we're not using Pavilion 3.
Pavilion 3 over here, no.
We had talked about maybe doing the petting zoo there. Remember?
Yeah, here's the problem with that.
Okay.
The bridge, and this is FYI, the bridge is a 10-ton weight limit. It's 9 foot wide. The trailer alone for these animals is 7,000 pounds.
Okay.
So put animals on there and everything. I don't want to.
I get it. I get it totally.
So that's why we're gonna modify that section over there and try to open that up a little bit more, and we can get kind of creative with the U shape that we have there now. We can actually put more booths in there. They have cages, they have fencing that they need to get over. Everything would have to be carried across that bridge, and they don't want to do that. So now the only other option is if we pare back and don't do the petting zoo and just do the pony rides, as was mentioned in one of those emails. And I mean, we've got time to decide that, but it's something to think about. We're going to be using what I don't have. Let me pull this up here. What I don't have is the side.
I got a question when you're done with that.
I have a question for you,
Yep. No.
you vendor gypsy. In that pavilion, right? So you have 4 spots or 6, whoever's gonna be in there.
Yep.
There'll be 6 spots in Pavilion
People
1
on the
and
back,
4
not
spots in
facing you.
Pavilion 2. So,
They'll be facing
there's-
other vendors.
I'm with you.
My sister's gonna be pissed because you know where I'm at all the time, but they're gonna go all the way along that line, all the way down to the bridge.
Yeah.
So if the people in the pavilion, they'll be able to walk, you know, it'll be an alleyway behind me all the way along, so that people will, I mean, it's a new thing. So it's just came up.
You probably need more
It's
stakes.
perfect if it rains. Sure. Well, I mean, how would you mean we're putting tents in there?
Well, it sounds like he's providing them. Jack, are you providing those 10 by 10 tents?
No,
where?
the vendors that are go inside the pavilion
They
don't.
don't need tents. Yeah,
Yeah, but you just said 10 by 10, you said you was gonna make them 10 by 10 awnings.
They have to be able to close all their stuff up on Saturday night.
no, what I'm gonna do, and I don't know why this isn't coming in, what I'm gonna do is, we're gonna take the pavilion and we're gonna measure off 10 by 10, okay? And that's gonna be their section that they've already paid for, okay? So these are the ones that need electricity, where they can plug in, all right? But they don't need the tent itself, they need their tables and whatever else.
Okay.
Because they're already gonna be in there.
What about Saturday night, though? What happens with all their, you know, they got all this stuff set up?
Same thing with everybody else. We've got the Boy Scouts that are camping out
Okay.
here. We've got police gonna be walking through, throughout the night. There's, you know, protection all the way around, and we have to. I mean,
Yeah.
given what we've experienced over the last couple summers,
Yeah.
you know, we have to have these. And that's the thing. I mean, I have to be careful with how many police we use because, you know,
Yeah.
union rules and that type of thing. So then, you know, I've talked to, Always Safe is about flagging and that type of thing, and that's a whole nother area that I need to talk about
Okay.
later. I'm not sure why this isn't coming in right now, but basically this is, okay, this is the outfield right here. Okay, this is the concession stand, that's where the Chinese auction's gonna be. We've got room going up into, you know, the tennis courts. We've got the Boy Scouts that are gonna be doing their thing, we've got the Cub Scouts over here, we've got the climbing wall. You know, we have room here that we have not utilized before. And, you know, anybody we can convince to go over the stream would be, why this would not, let's see if I get it this way.
Before this falls out of my head, last year, the priest at St. Mary's was going to do it, but we asked him too late, so I was going to call them this weekend. Exactly what time do they come?
All right, opening ceremonies is 11 a.m. on Saturday. They
Okay.
would be, it's 15 minutes opening ceremony, so if he's here at 10:45, he can be gone by 11:15.
And you just want like a very brief opening prayer, couple minutes.
Yep,
That's it. Okay.
bless it, you know, protect it,
Okay.
show them where the concession stand is. All right?
And the courtyard, what we called before, they're just gonna be along that fence but pulled in.
Yeah, we're gonna meander around that slope. We still
Could
can't
do
do
it. We
anything
could do
about that, but we're gonna, I'm gonna go back to the other one. I don't know why.
I'm all about using that spot. I'm glad you're using it.
Yeah, it's not gonna be a straight line there because too many of them tilt. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna meander, you know, kind of go in between these trees and come around like that. We may put one or two vendors right there, you know, like food vendors or something.
I mean, in a pinch, you could put some along that sidewalk.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, what you could do, because I know, I'll go back. Yeah. You could bring them up, like up the sidewalk.
Yeah, that's what we're just saying.
Yeah, but like, you know, you can even have them facing both ways. Like they have both sides of their tent open,
Yeah, so.
so they would get action from the street,
Yeah, it all depends
from
on
the
your
sidewalk.
layout.
It all depends on what they
Yeah,
feel like
right.
doing.
Like, I've only done that once. It's a total pain, but
Yeah, we're losing too much by putting the booths right up against the walking path.
yeah.
You know, we could do more with this open area right here. You know, yeah, we got the trees.
Well, remember, we had mentioned possibly putting in like that twisted lemonade
Yeah.
in the middle of it, just
Isn't
something
that
to.
sloped though, right there? Like,
It's sloped up
come in
here.
about- yeah.
See, this is an old map, and I gotta move these all down. I gotta do one at a time. But it's sloped up here, so what I'm gonna do, Barb, is this. I'm gonna bring them down so that they meander around.
Yeah, you gotta bump them up a little
Yeah.
bit.
That flat area there. See, we got a similar problem down here,
Yep.
where if they get too close, it, you know, so I gotta be careful with that as well. That's why I was putting like, pet search right in there. They love that section, you know? It's shady, yeah, it's got a little, all they need to do is let us be allowed to get the golf carts, through between the stream and what they're doing. So, all right, so that's, you know, and we're gonna have the bounce houses over here. We're gonna have the pumpkin painting in the Miners Pavilion, and anything else anybody else I can convince to go over there.
Yeah,
because
we have
it's-
some vendors that are going over there.
Right.
The sand art, a couple of, you know, the
Yeah.
kids.
Some of the kid vendors, yeah.
Yeah, so, that's kind of what I wanted to go over there, get the wheels turning for you to think about that.
It looks good, Jock. Good job.
Let me talk briefly about parking. I talked to Always Safe. They are gonna help us with traffic control. We wanna avoid that fiasco where we had traffic all the way back to the split at 50. So, you know, there's not gonna be buses pulling out, backing around. That gravel area in Cerenzzia's lot is gonna be wide open just for turnarounds, okay? We're gonna have Always Safe flagging cars in on both days, and lining them up to maximize that space over there. We're gonna turn, this parking lot out here, all around this building into handicap. Nobody but handicap can come in here, right? We're gonna use the Cecil Elementary Cecil Intermediate School lot. We get the lot and the soccer field right next to it, so we'll have flaggers up there. We're also gonna get Muse Elementary School lot for Saturday and Sunday. Okay, so, people can park there. That'll reduce the number of cars coming in, reduce the number of cars being on Route 50, but it'll get people in and out efficiently. Now, the question is, how are we gonna get them there? We're gonna get two regular school buses, like before, okay? But we're also gonna get 2 shuttles. It's a deal that I made with Fort Cherry Ambulance, because they want the advertising, all right? And I told them, we'll give you good advertising, you know, if we can pull this off. So it's gonna be ADA compliant shuttles that actually have a wheelchair accessible on and off. So it's a ramp that comes down, they roll a wheelchair, they go in, so they can come right here and pick them up. That is gonna go from Serenzia's lot over to Muse, right, and come back around. Now, they're not gonna be using the roads, they're gonna be using the back roads. So I'm laying out that map for them. They're gonna go up to Cecil Intermediate, and then they're gonna come down, and we're just gonna keep, you know, they're just gonna keep rotating all day Saturday and all day Sunday. All right, so that's how we're gonna,
Now, what's your lag time? Because from here to Muse Elementary's a little distance.
right, every hour, there's gonna be a vehicle going over there. Okay, so what that means is there's gonna be an ADA compliant shuttle and a yellow bus, right? Most of the activity is gonna be right here. It's gonna be between Serenzia's lot, Cecil Intermediate, and, you know, Generations lot, the handicap lot. So most of it's gonna be pulling people from Serenzia over here.
Yeah.
If we do it right, we should be able to put 300 to 400 cars over there, another 100 to 150 up at the intermediate school. Depending on how many people are gonna come from Muse, there's the possibility of another 100 and 150 with that parking lot there.
We just have to make sure we advertise it
Right.
well enough that people know, hey, you live in Muse,
Right.
buses are gonna pick up at, you know, noon, 1 o'clock, 2
They
o'clock.
can park more than 150 at Muse.
Can they?
Oh, God, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That's
A lot more. I mean, they got the full park, they got a full parking lot behind the school.
I don't anticipate anybody but Musicians parking over there. Sorry, I had to throw that. Anybody but Muse is gonna park over there. I don't see somebody coming, you know, from
Yeah.
Cecil parking over there and
Right,
riding back here.
right.
All right, so, you know, however, we have the whole parking lot for Saturday and Sunday.
Canonsburg might park there too. Yeah,
Fantastic,
yeah.
if we advertise it correctly.
Right.
You know. So, we'll maximize those lots. It'll reduce the number of cars coming through here. Granted, that may increase the cars coming here because there's more, you know, there's parking everywhere. Last year, we estimated there was 4,000 people that came in on Saturday, about 3,500 on Sunday. With Always Safe flagging, we have police gonna be monitoring these parking spots. Only handicap plates and
Placards.
VIPs can get into either one of these lots.
I love the idea of dividing that big lot so there's a bus-only turnaround,
Yeah.
so you don't get into all that car, you know what I mean? There'll be just buses only turnaround, buses only turnaround.
Well, we tried that last year until your buddy wanted to yell at me.
It wasn't my buddy,
Oh, until that one lady just had a meltdown.
your friend.
She MF'd everybody, didn't she?
Oh, the police, me?
Wasn't,
They're still talking about that. Anyway, so that's what we gotta avoid. She came in and parked right in the middle of the gravel, and it just blew that whole thing right out the, so with, Always Safe over there, starting early, they're gonna start lining them up as soon as they roll in, and they're gonna maximize that section. Are we keeping you from something? Junior, are we keeping you from something?
It's my wife.
Oh,
Yeah, Junior.
let's take a break.
was Fire Station 3 or something gonna be involved in that too?
I've talked to them about it, we can add them as well. And it's just a matter of putting it on. Now, Tom Bruce over at, Fort Cherry Ambulance, he's open to anything.
Yeah.
You know, and these are brand new shuttles, you know, and the good thing is, the complaints that we've had in previous years where people were having a hard time stepping up on those yellow buses, these shuttles are designed for people who can't, you know, have a hard time negotiating stuff.
The other thing is, when my nieces came last year, they were sitting on 50, waiting to get in here, so I'm just afraid the bus will get lost in this, trying to work its way up, because it's gonna be packed, I don't know.
I think it is gonna be packed, especially if we get the best festival,
Yeah.
more people are gonna come to see what it's all about.
Yeah, but that's not until after. I don't think, yeah, I mean, they don't pick those winners until after the festival's over.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I voted every day.
But anyway, so we thought through all of that. Parking should not be a problem. Shuttles should not be a problem. Getting people in and out as far as the vendors and everything would be same as always, come through the back, and get them out of there. We cannot park at the Grange, do not even try. We're gonna make that, bold and underlined and highlighted, whatever. They can always park on Glass Hill, like they always do. I just wanna avoid them parking down 50 like they did 2 years ago.
I'll try to do a flyer, because we usually do a food vendor flyer, we do the who's, so you'll have to help me, because
Sure.
you went way over my head with all the,
Yeah.
but we'll do some kind of map, we'll make that
Yeah.
a flyer, and we'll put it out there, like, here's where you're gonna park, and here's the shuttle, and the Greens
Especially if
can
we
get
start
their
doing this,
advertisement.
the shuttles every year, it's
Yeah.
gonna, more people are gonna talk about it. It's new this year, I'm not, we'll see how it works out, but,
Okay. I'll show you quickly what East Elementary is gonna look like. Maybe. I could send this to you. I didn't want to open right now.
Go back.
There it is, okay. All right, so, basically what I'm gonna have, the shuttles do, I just have
How's
to
that?
make sure that they can get through the trestle at Glass Hill. They're gonna cut up, and head over to Muse through the back roads, they'll go up Glass Hill, make a left on Coomer, and that'll take them out to, Muse Bishop Road. They can go up, and down to, the elementary school, turn around and come back, so to keep some of that traffic off of, 50. And, we're gonna work out the route and the best.
Yeah, I mean, there's a whole parking area as big, if not bigger than that, behind the school.
Yeah, and they did say that we could have it all, so all I did was block this out.
Yeah, if you look at that right corner, the street comes up and wraps around behind the school.
Okay.
So there's full parking behind the school there too. There you go. I wonder what those were.
Yeah, I didn't do the map past that, so, yeah, there is parking back here as well.
Yeah, if you take that road, if you scroll up a little bit, Jack.
Okay. This is just a capture,
Gotcha.
No, yeah, but you can see in the top part of that picture, it actually goes behind the building.
Yeah, and there's ample parking back there as well. We could put it out there that the shuttle's gonna be coming and going from over there. I just think that that's gonna be utilized by people from Muse that, and really, they can meet them at the corner too. They don't have to park up there. People in Muse wanna walk to the, to that intersection, they can get picked up and dropped off as well. So, hopefully it starts, a trend where, people can count on it, they can get to our event and get back. As everybody knows, these events are for everybody in Cecil Township, not just a select few.
okay.
Questions on that?
Thank you for doing all, that's
a
awesome.
lot, but,
No, that's great work, thank you, that's amazing.
All right, well, Wendy can speak to her food trucks.
we've got 12 right now. We've got 2 more trying to get in. We've got several on the wait list. We have an old-time pizza guy that's from
Bentleyville?
Burgers,
Bentleyville Pizza. He's so used to showing up, giving a check, and not filling out anything. I told him, I said, we don't do that anymore. Well, where's Arlene? I said, she's not in charge. So he's been crying for about 2 years not being able to get in, so he is going to be
Yeah.
a pizza person this year. And we're going to find a spot for them, but we don't have anybody overlapping. They're similar, but not the same.
yeah.
We got a lot of lemonade this year, okay? Understood, but one of the reasons I'm putting those tables over there is so people can go to wherever they want, get what they want, plus something to drink, sit down and enjoy it, because hopefully that'll increase sales all the way.
How many lemonades do we have?
3.
Will we need so much from Behringer's if we have all those picnic
Yeah,
tables?
that's what I'm trying to do.
Save
The
money.
tables are expensive, that's why I talked to Bill today, he said, yeah, we can move them over, so that's 22 picnic tables, that's one at a time, we're gonna be moving over in place with a
Yeah.
forklift.
At 1,000 pounds a piece, right?
Oh, they're friggin' heavy, you know? But that'll cut down on the bill from Behringer's.
Yeah,
We are gonna have a bigger tent that people can sit underneath if they want to, and that's gonna be back kinda in the middle. What else I wanna tell you? There's something else. I forgot. Go ahead.
okay.
You want an information overload yet?
Yes.
What I gave you was a printout of all this. I gave you, the schedule, everything. Notice, you'll see what has been done, what needs to be done yet.
Are we sure? 2028.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're not there yet.
What we're gonna be doing in the future.
Right.
So we thought we'd start planning now. All right, yeah, it's also July 17th. That's when I started that whole thing. So, I just wanna give you an idea of, everything that all the moving parts on this thing. All right, so if you see something where you can help out, just let me know. I'll put your name next to it and we'll run with it.
Are we still having Bob Mikulski do the,
I don't think anything's highlighted or confirmed on there. Do you see anything confirmed on there?
no.
Okay. Leave that be right now. I'm not
Okay.
sure Bob can do it, anymore. He might not be able to do it.
I mean, we could do it if we have the vehicle, like, we need his vehicle, that's the main thing. I've done it the last couple of years, I know how to do that little wheel thingy.
Real thing, yeah. I got that
real
real
thingy.
thing down there.
That's all we need, and the little
He's got
cans
the
of paint.
thingy,
Oh.
And the two of you,
Go there.
I mean, what a team.
Oh, jeez.
We need more
What'd I do to
stakes.
you? Who lost
Hold
the-
on,
Just
time.
need Bob to yell at us, no.
We need more wooden stakes. So Jack ain't there playing Bob the Builder again,
Don't even
cutting
get me
wood on the
started-
back of his truck.
Don't even get me started on those wooden stakes.
Well, we
Just so
need
you
more.
know, the truck is no more.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you found the upgrade. Look at
Oh,
you.
total. You didn't see the pictures yet?
No, he don't show
Oh,
me nothing
my
anymore.
gosh, he almost was killed.
Tree fell on it.
What?
It smushed it.
Got out of his truck, walked in the house, 5 minutes, could have been killed.
Okay, so, anyway,
Anyway.
so I don't have a truck anymore.
That's why I drove by yesterday. I'm like, I don't see Jack's truck.
You see that black thing out there?
I don't know.
All right.
What
I'll
did you,
introduce you to
is it another truck?
that. Jeep.
Oh, there you go.
It's right there. I don't wanna hit my head every time I get in and out of the,
Yeah.
the Wrangler, so.
Okay,
so-
moving right along.
No worries, I don't have a truck anymore, so I can't haul stuff anymore.
Okay.
Well, I guess Parks and Rec's gotta buy a trailer.
All right, I can give you all these things. As far as Serenzia's lot, yeah, we're gonna maximize that. As you can see, we have flaggers. This was the problem last year, where the buses were pulling in and backing out, and that's where the police did, like, yeoman's work, getting them in and out of there. So we're not gonna let that happen. This is gonna be the turnaround area. They're gonna come in, they're gonna swing around, they're gonna pick up whoever's ready to go, and then they're gonna go back out there. We're gonna put flaggers there instead of police officers. We're gonna keep the police down here where it gets contentious, because who knows who needs a handicap spot and who doesn't. Everybody needs a handicap spot. So I'm gonna let them deal with that, and,
No politicians in the handicap stop.
How
did
early
that?
can
Yelled
we
at a
get
couple last year.
confirmation from
Oh, good.
Benzia?
The able-bodied ones that can walk.
The lot, I see on here, it's like to get permission,
yeah, we,
how soon can we get confirmation that,
yeah, I talked to him already.
He's happy?
And I secured the lot for, one event coming up. He said, we'll talk
Oh,
about
I
that.
hate
So
that.
what that means is, basically, we're gonna barter for something.
Yeah.
Either we're gonna cut his grass, or we're gonna put, a couple ton of slag down, there or something. So,
last year it was like the 11th hour, remember we were,
What's Lorenzo's lot?
Ugh.
Yeah.
the night before.
yeah, that was bad. So we're gonna nail that down before.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
on stage myself, so I know we have that 1 hour open, and you're trying to fill that with So, don't really think that's, I think we're probably good there. I mean, everything else is booked already.
Just one more thing. Dignitaries that have signed up already, Judge Valerie Costanza, Commissioner Janice Electra, Lou McQuillan, the magistrate, and Sean Bukovinsky, our chief of police. Those are the ones that have signed up already. Letters went out about 2 weeks ago, and we should know probably in another couple of weeks. I mean, we're gonna try to avoid what happened 2 years ago when Judge McQuillan came in, didn't tell anybody, and I didn't see him, so I didn't introduce him, and, you know, I embarrassed myself and him, so we're gonna avoid that and make sure it doesn't happen again.
You know, if we send a letter to Jason,
Forte, yeah, we sent him, I can give you a list of everybody it went to, there
Do you
were about
think
22 letters that went out.
I wish you would, yeah, okay.
And his answer, though he lives in Cecil Township, is, I'll be there if I can. So, hopefully he will be. And if not, I'll call him to say, you need to. I think that's all I want to say.
I just read his thing every week that he sends, you know what I mean, of all the things he's hitting, that would be a great plug for
I'll have to
us.
reach out to Lagoni again. I know he gave something, what the heck did he, was that last? Did he give something this year too already, or
I
is that?
think so, yeah. I've
Sounds
seen his name
familiar.
already. I think it's 250 or 500 he gave. Check your spreadsheet.
Yeah,
I'm
that's what-
looking.
That's what I'm looking right now, too. Not on there.
I know he's given every fall festival,
Yeah,
He has.
but
He had his pictures on his signs.
well, the one year he paid, I think 800, he paid for the one Steeler Bounce house the one year.
oh, that's right.
I'll have to reach out to Jeff.
Yeah, I don't see him on here right now, so.
Okay. I'd ask Billy, but that's one of those platinum settlement, but that's a little tough now whenever I wanted to try to get her lemonade thing in here, but,
Well,
because she was here for the one event,
yeah,
so it's kind of hard to me, hey, can you give me money, but you can't come to the festival. That's a little tough to ask.
all right, so is she coming or not?
No, I was told lemonade's full, so she's not coming.
You were told that before this or tonight?
Before. I was told that when there's somebody booked another one? Because I asked, and I was like, no, we're good.
When you just said that we have enough food trucks.
So I was like, okay.
Well, we got 2 more coming, so.
But yeah, I mean, she came to the one event, I get it. Like, you're good enough to come to that. You can't come to this, but now you want me to ask her for money. I can't do that. That's not right. So I'm not gonna ask her to donate this year.
I get it, I understand.
I wouldn't actually donate.
Yeah,
I was under the impression she was coming. All right, so.
Yeah, I was told no. So,
I mean, we could,
I mean,
again,
that's four lemon.
again, we can, I get it.
Now, she can also do food in that too, like different kind of food.
What kind of? I need a list of,
I know, she can do pizzas. I said, where got pizza guys?
Yeah.
So I'll ask her again what she,
tell her, give me a menu, all right? I'm gonna compare all the menus, line them up, and we tell people what they can and can't do. Some things we said, look, I've got enough lemonade, I can tell 2 of the 3, we got enough lemonade, we fit her in.
yeah.
I don't think we need to be like 100% so strict that we can't let leeway. I mean, like, I remember you asking me about it. I thought that Wendy had said no, but I mean, I'm open to people that, you know what I mean? Especially ones that are donating money. I mean, look at Bonnie. You know what I mean? If she donates, she's getting a free, what do you call it, place, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just,
I'm
like,
fine with
I didn't even tell her yet, but me, ethically, I'm like, I can't say, hey, give me $500.
I
Like, no, you can't come. I
actually
can't do
I
that.
didn't realize that she was also a
No,
sponsor.
if they donate, they've got a spot. I mean, it's a matter of finding
I
them.
mean, ultimately, it's if you say, we'll make room for him, give me all of her information, give me your email, I'll send her a thing and we'll.
I'll text her after the meeting. I need a list of what you can make.
We'll put her at one end of the,
I mean, her lemonade is probably better than any of them. Her lemonade is really good.
okay.
And then she does make, she mixes candies.
Yeah.
Which are actually really good. She has a storefront up in Washington too.
We have twisted,
But,
I thought she was coming. I thought she was on that.
No, I asked months ago, and Wendy's like, nope, I already got another one coming. We're full. I was like, okay.
All right.
So I didn't even tell her. She probably thinks she's coming. I didn't even have the heart to
if
tell
you
her.
give me your email and I'll send her an app.
Let me tell you something. Today was day 17 this summer of being over 90 degrees, okay?
Yeah.
If this trend continues, being one of the hottest summers, we've ever had, going into the fall like that, I mean, everybody's gonna do. I mean,
Indian
they're
summer,
gonna-
yeah.
We're gonna have a repeat of 2 years ago when people started selling out stuff on Saturday
Yeah.
and had to leave. Remember that?
My yard's destroyed. Destroyed.
I mean, even like that Bentleyville guy, he has, at the side of his van, has like, he does Hawaiian ices.
I'm gonna text her right now.
So,
What else you got?
We got sponsors. I guess Wendy's still trying to get some more. I will reach out to Jeff, and then when I talk to Billy, see if we can work out there.
What's her name?
Billy Athens is her name. I've known her since I've been 4 years old.
Jack, I need to get in the concession stand like this weekend to see what
Signs.
signs we have.
Okay, I gave you the
Is
code.
it still the same code? Okay, I got it.
it's a new code.
And mascots, I have 4 mascots for sure, plus Wendy usually has the Wendy's people. Observer Reporter is maybe, Chick-fil-A's maybe, we have definite from Wild Things, Saris, the Frankie the Pretzel, the River Hounds, and the Andy the Aardvark, or who's the Texas Roadhouse?
Arden and Paw Patrol coming too.
I want to see you.
No.
I want to see you sweat.
So they all need a parking space. I'll find out what
Yeah,
their
I knew
times
that. I was
are.
gonna say,
What
we,
we'll do is, Barb, we're gonna do what we did last year, that row facing 50, that's gonna be for VIPs through opening ceremonies. Once they leave, that's gonna be for
mascots.
mascots and everybody, and that's what I'm gonna tell, I'm gonna meet with Sean later, probably next week, and I'm gonna lay that all out for him. All right, so that when he gives it to his, guys that are on duty, that's no negotiation on it.
Okay.
All right. Directional signs. Anyone? Pathway, besides drawing it ourselves, I don't know anybody.
Wendy had talked about putting directional signs for it to show like kids zone and.
This
where
way,
certain
this
things-
way.
General, signs, we can make them, we can have them made. It's just, what does anybody want the sign to say?
I mean, you could literally put an arrow, kids area, just right with a
Kids
black
zone.
mark.
Remember how we
Yeah,
did
I
for the
mean-
Christmas?
Right,
It was just, we could just say like some sort of a thing on it and just go like kids area across the bridge.
Is there enough trees where we can even just stick it to a tree?
oh, yeah,
Oh, I mean,
yeah,
I wouldn't go spending money on signs.
no,
Right.
no, we can print them off.
He can
I mean,
print
I
'em
can-
off.
I can do
Yeah.
them, but it's just tell me what they need to say, I don't know what.
Yeah, I would say kid zone. I mean, I guess like the bigger areas or bigger attractions.
Like Pavilion 2 intersection, right there. Like, maybe down from the concession stands, points the kids, kids go this way, I don't know.
Well, if we're at Pavilion 2, that's gonna be the confluence area. That's where everybody's gonna come together. All the trails, everything, they're all gonna meet right there. So that's where the signs
Yep.
should be.
Yep.
We're also, we're planning on putting together that list that's gonna be handed to anybody that comes in. It says, this is where these things are. Like a map, kind of like the map I showed you.
Yeah.
Where it showed where the numbered booths are, so people can find it and then go right there instead of just, wandering through. That way we can get more people through, get what they want, and then,
Right.
thought.
Okay, wrapping up here. Mascots, Barb, you got that all handled, right? Volunteers, Wendy and Nicole.
Not here.
Concession stand, it will be all of us. And then there's any new business or updates to address.
I thought of something, I'm trying to think what it was.
I'm gonna put, I never finished what I was writing.
I know for volunteers, Wendy did put together the one that'll go up to the high school to get the high school age kids, and I think she has one she's gonna put out for township people, anybody wanna come, so she has 2 different signups she's ready to put out to try to attract more volunteers.
Speaking of volunteers, the Christmas one, remember we did the Christmas one? The woman who was helping me, Stephanie's babysitter,
The girl, yeah.
Bella.
Young girl.
Did anybody get her phone number or anything like that that we can? She
I
was
know
like,
I
I
know
have so
her
many
best
friends that won the
friend.
basketball. I've got so many friends that want to help out. I have this, but then she's like vanished. No one knows how to reach her or anything.
I know somebody who knows her.
Do you? Because she was, I'll help every event. She was
Pardon
like,
me?
What's your
Yeah,
tip?
she did, yeah, she said that she
I
could
mean,
get the
she
whole
was
team
willing to
here,
help
yeah.
every event. And the thing is like, and I was like, oh my God, we've been waiting for someone like you. And she was like, all my friends will do it too. We need to like find out who she is, or I was gonna call Stephanie and ask, that's her babysitter.
I think Tyranny, my little neighbor girl that helped Fun Fest,
Do you remember her name? I
she'd
can't
probably
remember.
help.
Like,
She'll do it again.
real tall girl.
Bella.
Bella?
Her name was Bella, right?
That's right, it was Bella.
And she's good friends with the people that gave me my sheep. Like she's friends with their daughter, like
You just
the
reminded
Plutes.
me when you said volunteers, I'm like, what am I trying to think? Because we definitely need to kind of, if we could track her down, I think.
But she is Stephanie's babysitter, Stephanie knows.
Yeah, and she said, because I remember her saying, I've got a bunch of girlfriends and they'll all want to help if you ever need anybody.
Because the more kids that can work, I know that the pumpkin area, how are we gonna do the paint this year, because I was crazy last year, just someone to walk through and pick up all the paintbrushes and clean them, just to recycle it and try to wipe the tables down and
And watch the pumpkins
watch.
if they don't walk
someone
off.
watching the pumpkins.
One of the things we're gonna do is we're gonna cover those tables with plastic. all right? So
Definitely.
They can't get under.
Finally get that paint off.
The other thing I suggest with the paint is, instead of letting the parent come up and pick the 19 colors they want on their plate, we put 4 colors on, they can pick up their paint,
There
they
you
can
go.
pick up their pumpkin, and they can go. Because we had huge lines of people waiting to get their paint, but the parent, then they're letting the kid decide, well, what colors do you want? Well, kids take time.
Yeah.
That's just the nature
And
of
they
it.
wasted a lot of paint.
And there was a ton of paint that got thrown away, so I say we pre-fill the plates, the kids get a pumpkin, they can pick, they want girl colors, they want boy, whatever, pick your plate and go. And just, I think we'll save a lot of money in paint, because I think you gotta go back to the
I
store.
went back
buy
and
Yeah.
looked
more
at Michael's a
paint.
couple times,
Yeah,
cleaned them out. At the dollar store too.
yeah.
And an enterprising young man came in, he's 14 years old, he said, I want to volunteer to help at, at the fall festival. I said, how old are you? He goes, 14. I said, where do you live? He goes, up on the hill. I said, you know what, you're one in a million. I
Yeah.
said, give me your name and address, we're gonna put you to work. He was so happy when he left here. So I have his name, and I wanna add it to whoever has the list, so I'm just putting that out. Wendy knew about it, Art knew about it, because
Yeah.
they came in soon after he left, but, I'll make sure you have it, and,
Say, you hang with a group of best friends, what about them? Can they all come out too?
Well, he lives up here?
yeah, good kid.
Yeah, the fact that he came in, introduced himself to him and asked.
Oh,
for
no,
help,
at 14 years old, that says a lot, yeah.
So I just wanted to mention that, because I know
Yeah.
I'll forget if I don't tell you now.
Okay.
I think that's it. Meeting adjourned at 8:05.
Okay, everybody, it's been real.